Hello and welcome to Martinsville. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53 and I've partnered with Coach Dave Academy and Impel Motorsports to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for late model stocks at Martinsville as part of iRacing's 2025 Season 4 Week 3 official series. Hard to believe we're already to Week 3 here in the season, but here we are. If you guys can, make sure you like and subscribe. It does a ton to help out my channel. I'm a very small time racer. I say it in every video. Got a late model parked in the garage here a few feet away from me. Haven't been able to race it all this summer. I've been racing with my daughter though. She's been running her go-kart at Badger Kart Club and Road America. Finally starting to see some pace out of her, and she's really starting to look like a race car driver out there. So I really enjoy that. But let's dive in here to Martinsville and kind of go through some stuff. So in a late model stock here at Martinsville, this is really kind of NASCAR light, right? So we've got really long straightaways. It's super hard to pass in these cars because they're so momentum built driven. So really what you want to do is try and keep as much momentum built up, kind of stay in the gas and just anticipate that the car in front of you, when you get in the gas, by the time you get to their bumper, they're going to be moving. And that's what really kind of causes some of the stack ups here is the aggression that you have to stay competitive. So if you're sitting back and you're lifting for a guy or you're waiting to get on throttle until you start to see them pull away from you, at that point it's already too late. So I feel like Martinsville is a really good track for teaching you anticipation and how to really run, somebody pretty hard. And you have to, right? You've got to get right on that bumper coming off the corner. You got to bump draft them down the straightaway if you can. But then you've got to get off of them before you get to turn 3 so that way you guys can make it through the corner or turn 1. So the heavy braking zones kind of mess you up there a little bit. But let's head out for qualifying. Lap 2 is going to be our fast lap. So we'll kind of show that here in a minute. But while we do that, we'll talk about my friends at Impel Motorsports and ImpelMotorsports.com. They are a Moza sim dealer as well as a next level rig dealer. So if you're looking to upgrade your sim racing equipment, head over to them. They've also got real race car parts and safety equipment if you need that as well. So you can kind of head over there and they'll get you hooked up. And then if you're looking to upgrade your sim rig to a next level rig, head over to the Team 53 Discord and we will get you guys free shipping on your next level order. So it's really important. Head over there, follow the steps there, and you'll get it. So you see me here coming in turn 3 on my fast lap. I go high. And that all I'm trying to do is maximize the amount of straightaway that I'm going to be under. So what I did was I went high, and then inside the cockpit for me, what it looks like is that I'm coming right past this Martinsville when I start to get on throttle. And that's kind of my spot to know that I need to be on throttle. So I get on throttle, and then I'm going to come off this corner, and we're going to place it right here. And we're going to kind of show you guys. So from inside the car down the straightaway, it looks like this line is coming right over kind of my hood there, right? But then when I go to my far chase, my left sides are just above it, kind of equidistant between the left side and the right side to the wall. So this is really important because there's not a ton of room going into the corner here. It's a fairly narrow track. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 lanes, 4.5 lanes coming down to the bottom. So you really have to be paying attention to how close you are. You can see about a half a square there at the start finish line. So we go down the front stretch. We're kind of just riding, falling asleep, and then we start to turn in. And where is this point inside the car of where I start to turn in? There's this black mark on the wall right here, right now for Martinsville. This black wall here on entry where everybody kind of scrapes it to get in. That's a perfect spot to do it. As you're going on the track externally, you can kind of see the Xfinity out of your left side window. You guys can't see it because I have triples, but I can kind of see it over there a little bit. So we start to turn in, and then we're going to brake. And our goal is to bring this car down, and we want to get the left sides pretty much as close to this red and white curb as we can. So we'll bring it in, kind of arc it around. I'll show you guys here. When I bring it in, it's just kind of getting it below this black seam on entry. Seems to work pretty well. And then right here in the center of the corner, you're just going to kind of let it roll. Immediately after the center, kind of the same deal with where we picked up throttle in turn 4 to go down the front stretch. Right when you can kind of see that Martinsville in your window, we're kind of coming past it there. But throttle up. and then carry it up off the corner. Again, down the backstretch, going to be about the same deal. Maybe a little bit too far to the right. There you go. I correct to the right to kind of even out that spacing there. Down the backstretch. Now the backstretch is a little bit easier to kind of tell where you need to brake and lift from. You go past this NASCAR sign, you've got that white line for the pit commitment line. And once you lose that in your left mirror or left window, that's where you'll start to lift kind of as we go into this corner. Lift and brake, you can see there A post, kind of pit opening is blocked. Can't really see a whole lot there. The dash lines go away. That's a perfect point to do that. Get it down as low as possible. Again, even with Martinsville, we're on throttle. And then it's just a nice drive out here on the Q lap to get yourself a nice 19,360. I have no doubt that we're going to see lap times probably down in the twos, probably some ones by the end of the week as people have kind of worked on their stuff. So we'll definitely be working on it, but this just gives you a good idea of how to get around the track, really, and that's really what we're looking at. So um, let's go inside the car, presented by my friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. They are an independent AMSOIL dealer. Every time you use the link in the description below to purchase from them, that helps get us some credit here on the channel and helps keep this content free. So if you guys are doing your own oil changes, be sure to check them out. Grab your AMSOIL, and we'll get you there. So here we go, inside the car, lap around. And there you have your lap around the track, presented by our friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. So let's kind of talk about race runs now. So you've got a 90 lap race here at Martinsville. I'm trying to find my best race lap. I think it was in this batch. Yeah. So you got 90 laps here at Martinsville. And the track is going to go through some things. I think with it being a night race and it being so cool, that the outside lane probably isn't going to come in as much. If you watch any of the Impel Motorsports Sarah National Tour race from Martinsville, it should give you a pretty good idea of how the track is going to play out. Just if the bottom line, if you get a long green flag run and that bottom line just keeps getting heated up and heated up and heated up, you can move to the outside. And then if the once the outside lane kind of starts to get heated up, that bottom line is going to cool down, and that might start to see some grip. Or when there's a caution and everything kind of gets reset, that's going to play into how you're able to run the track. So I always tell guys, I'm like, just shoot for the bottom, but learn how to run the top in case you need it. So look at your gearing. Team 53 guys right now on this gear, it's really geared to run the bottom. So if we got to run the top, you might want to look at making a gear change. We can kind of discuss that within team chat and kind of go from there. But for the most part, we should be pretty well set for the week, at least getting started out, seeing lap times in the fives. That looks pretty regular to what we saw in the Sarah National Tour race last night. So I think, like I said, just with a little bit of driving, a little bit more focus online and everything, we'll definitely see lap times pick up. I think Team 53 setup will definitely see a few modifications hopefully this week. We can see if we can find a little bit of additional speed, and we'll kind of go from there. But we will we'll definitely be working on stuff this week. Join the Team 53 Discord if you guys are having any trouble at all with Martinsville. We're always happy to discuss things and kind of help you guys out and try and get you back on pace there. But most importantly, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Does a ton to help out the channel. Head on over to our friends. Don't forget, if you're looking for short track setups, some driver coaching, whatever it might be, head on over to team53racing.com. We'll get you guys hooked up, and we will see you guys in the next video.